No luck for Madeline Godby and Sabaroshi Utah. Through to the semi-finals, Carly McCulloch, Marianne Dennett, Kelsey Mitchell, Janji Zong, Emma Heinz, Li Waji, as well as Shola Braspenix, Andrish, Leva, Basova, and Starikova. Two from the Ukraine.
Well, an exciting race coming up in the men's sprint. It's not often you'd see Jason Kenny back in a repechage. 3 riders on the track. 1 rider goes through to the quarterfinals and no repechages for the other riders. So the first heat on the line.
Away goes the first repechage in the last 8 of the men's sprint. 3 riders up here. Mohamed Awang, Yuta Wakimoto and Jason Kenny. On the front, the defending champion Jason Kenny, the winner of each heat, qualifies for the quarterfinals. So this is a do-or-die race for the defending champion from Great Britain.
Yeah, and he's been called up because there's a jump come from the Japanese rider Wakimoto, but Kenny wants to play this safe. No tactics involved. He wants to use just strength and power and speed as Awang gets on the wheel. He's going to have trouble coming off, but it is possible. Let's see what Jason Kenny's got.
Has Awang got the power to get past the defending champion here? Kenny has the lead or on the bend, the final bend. Awang's digging deep, but is he going to get through? No, Jason Kenny holds on and is through to the quarterfinals. He's a champion, he races, he knows what to do, but he's having to work hard.
Well, his experience is certainly coming into play. He knew he had to ride from the front. He is really, really happy about moving on to the quarterfinals. The moment on the start line, the amount of emotions going through the minds of these riders. And Jason Kenny, he took it out from the front just to be safe. He got pushed from Awang, but he was strong enough, he was fast enough. Jason Kenny goes into the quarterfinals of the men's sprint. That was heat 1. 1 more heat to go, but he's happy to be through to the quarterfinals. It wasn't easy, but he used his experience and tactics.
Well, he's a true champion, is Jason Kenny, and they work incredibly hard as Kenny takes his place into the quarterfinals. And it doesn't come easy. They may make it look easy, these superstars, but they put in the hard yards year in and year out, month in, month out. Although Kenny took a year off, and perhaps that was a good thing, bearing in mind the Olympics were delayed by a year.
Yeah, in that case, I think he made the right decision, as the riders from the second heat are now being rolled out onto the track.
Heat 2 in the repechage, last 8 round the men's sprint, features Frenchman Sébastien Vigier, Mohamed Shafidas Sharom from Malaysia. Coach John Beasley holding him up there. He's got a busy time with 2 riders in the sprints. And Sam Webster from New Zealand. That's Rene Wolf, the former world and Olympic champion, his coach. Heat 2 in the last 8 finals of repechage. The men's sprint is underway. 3 riders, Sarom, Vigier and Webster. Malaysia, France and New Zealand. Webster on the front.
Yeah, the New Zealander wants to take it from the front, see if he can use his power. He's got to be careful with Sarom coming off the wheel, because the Malaysians are fast coming off the wheel, but it's a big jump and a big attack now from the Frenchman.
Vigier now in second place. Not the ideal spot, but he's showing his intentions here. Webster. Now here comes Sarom.
Vigier has to deal with 2 riders here. He's got to try and keep Sarom behind him and also stay in the slipstream of Sam Webster.
He's gone long now. Vigier, there's a bit too much ground to make up perhaps, but he's going to take the wheel. Sarom is having to work hard. Webster's holding the line. Now comes Vigier. He will take the win. Well done, Sébastien Vigier. Good ride.
Yeah, very deserving win for Vigier, the Frenchman, to go through. He goes through to the quarterfinals. Unfortunately, it's the end of competition for the other 2 riders. This was one of the repechages. So we now have The slow-mo, the power used by Vigier here to pass Arum, and he gets onto the wheel of Sam Webster and he comes off it like dynamite. Very, very well-deserved win there by Vigier of France. He'll go through to the quarterfinals.
Well, France have a history of producing great sprinters over the years, and a new generation. And they've got a very handy-looking young women's team pursuit squad and a men's squad, so they are building nicely for Paris. Through to the quarterfinals, Jason Kenny and Sebastian Vigier in the men's sprint last 8 repechage round. Long time since Jason Kenny had to go that way round to get into the quarterfinals.
Well, it's the first time we've seen so much emotion from Jason Kenny as well. He was certainly very, very happy to have won that repechage and be back in competition. And even though he may be lacking a little bit of speed, he's still a very good gold medal chance for this year's Olympics.
Well, he's got such experience.